Hey guys, for 5 here with episode number 2 of the Crystal Palace career mode on FIFA 23. Kicking it off, I forgot to show this in the previous episode, it is the objectives for this season. And you can see both the youth development and the domestic success are both low priority. The medium priority is the brand exposure. They actually want us to make the team older, which is a bit weird. And they want us to reduce the wages by 64k. So I think by selling someone, we'll reduce it by 64k. Obviously, there is a few key players who are out of contract at the end of this season. We're going to look to address that this episode. But the first game, we are taking on Fulham at Selhurst Park. Obviously, previous episode, should I say, we got a victory in the first Premier League game of the season. A really, really good performance, actually, by the team. And it was a eye-opener, I guess, maybe, that we could actually do better than I thought this season, you know. I was thinking might be fighting for relegation just because, obviously, the Crystal Palace team is really good. But because it's a new game, because we're playing Ultimate Difficulty, it could be a difficult one. But the game, I'm liking the way the game's feeling. I'm liking the players we've got on the pitch. We have just gone 1-0 down, but I digress. We move on, and yeah, I'm liking the game right now. It's been a few days since it came out. Came out on, well, you got early access on Monday, so it's been 2-3 days by the time of watching this one, and yeah, I'm liking it. I've played career mode, pro clubs, and Ultimate Team. I've probably played about 20 games in total. And it's difficult. It's very difficult, as you can see. We go 2-0 down here. Mitrovic with the goal, but it is fun. I think it's fun because it's difficult, because feels like a completely different. It feels very different to me, at least personally. But yeah, yesterday, I'll talk about it now. Yesterday we had Hazard's Heroes. That series is going to run alongside this one. I'll probably, when I do upload Hazard's Heroes, it'll probably be a double upload day. This will stay at 4. Hazard's Heroes will come later in the day, maybe like a 7 o'clock or an 8 o'clock in the evening. And kind of that series will probably slowly turn into a streamed series on the YouTube channel. So we'll get some live streams going on the YouTube. And yeah, it's just a bit of Ultimate Team. I haven't really properly done Ultimate Team in a few years on the channel. And yeah, I think first episode went well. We did the FIFA points from pre-ordering the game. We got a good couple of players. We played our first game. I'll give you a spoiler now. It was a 9-2 victory in our first Ultimate Team game. Really, really good team we've built with just those. I think it's 4.6k. We had enough coins to build a pretty nice looking team. And as we continue, obviously, like I said, live streams on the channel for that series, especially when the weekend league comes out, and especially when it's a promo, especially like team of the year, team of the season. Hopefully we can keep it going that long, and yeah, it should be fun, and another bit of content on the channel, the live streams. But yeah, this game 2-2, as I've been chatting about the Hazard's Heroes series, we've made it 2-2, a really, really good comeback by ourselves, and in a game where we have actually struggled. I struggled in this game. The attack, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was Mitrovic, because he's so big, because he's so strong. Against our two centre-backs, he was bullying them. And I did give Sam Johnson a game in this one. He asked me before the game if he could play, and he goes and concedes 2. And it's a difficult one, because he's 29, Gaeta's 35. So we are going to need to move on from Gaeta. But do we go with Sam Johnson, or do we maybe pick up Dean Henderson next season when he returns from his loan at Man United from Nottingham Forest? But this game here is against Fulham again. This time it is in the Carabao Cup, and it is once again at Selhurst Park. Early doors. We're using the highlight system, and it is Edouard that scores to make it 1-0. And I'll tell you what, the highlight system, it's a great idea, but a lot of repetitive kind of scenarios with the highlights. The one-on-ones are a bit, like the through-on-goal one-on-ones are a bit silly. And yeah, it's a good idea, obviously, and I'm going to use it quite a lot, especially for the early cup games. But we do progress through the Carabao Cup, and we return to the Premier League, to the Emirates, to take on Arsenal, the team that Crystal Palace played first in real life in the Prem this season. That game ended 2-0 or 3-0. I think it was 2-0. Can't remember, actually. It's actually pretty long ago. But 5 minutes into the game, there's an open man at the back post. It is Martinelli, the Brazilian winger. Poor defending from ourselves, I will say. Really got to be doing better there, but he was an open man, a diving header, slots it in, and we are 1-0 down. 25 minutes after that, lovely little tackle from Doucouré, but we do lose possession, and Gabby Jesus finds Smith Rowe in the open space. Gaeta rushes out, caught off his line, slotted past him. 2-0, the two youngsters for Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal's whole team is pretty young, but it's Smith Rowe and Martinelli doing the business for him right now. Just 7 minutes after they score the second goal, Tomiasso dinks one over the top to Marquinhos, the young Brazilian, another young Brazilian winger. He finds Jesus, he finds Partey finds Munoz on the edge of the box, back to Thomas Partey. He sneaks it in at that near post. 39 minutes into the game, it's all falling apart. You know, we conceded early. I thought, okay, we'll defend. We're going to be up against it. I didn't realise how far up against it we were going to be, as Smith Rowe just holds off Wilf Zaha really nicely. And then it is Gabby Jesus with his second goal of the game. 4-0 is the scoreline. And yeah, it's not his second goal of the game, sorry, his first goal of the game. But yeah, you can see there, 1 shot, 0.2 XG for us, 6 shots, and they've scored 4 of them. It's a difficult one. This is ultimate difficulty for you against one of the better teams in the league. It's our first kind of top 6 challenge, and you can see how it is going for us. It's going brilliantly. You know, as Granit Xhaka, edge of the box, tries to find his way in, doesn't quite work out, but he has still got possession of the ball. And there is Jesus' second goal of the game. He makes it 5-0, and it's just, yeah, it's very, very difficult. I felt like I couldn't do anything against this team because they were playing like Arsenal in real life. They were pressing, they had a lot of energy, a lot of pace, and they were passing as well. The passing was like Wenger ball, you know. Prime Arsenal could not get the touch of the ball, and we end up being humiliated. 5-0, 2 for Jesus, 1 for Partey, 1 for Smith Rowe, and 1 for Martinelli. And you know, we've got to shake it off, move into the next game. But before we have any more action on the pitch, we do have to deal with transfer deadline day. The sale of Jeffrey Schlupp to Frankfurt for 6.5 million. Because we signed Loftus-Cheek in that midfield position, Schlupp really isn't going to be getting much game time. And I thought 6.5 million was a good deal for him as the final hour ticks down. No real business for us on deadline day, but there is going to be some contract business. You can see just there in that bottom right hand corner, that's all of the delegated talks with the younger players. Going to have the cutscenes for the big boys, one of which being Gaeta. We're offering him 20k a year, so he gets a 5k wage decrease and an extra 2 years on his contract. He'll probably only be first team goalkeeper for 1 of those 2 years. And then Wilf Zaha, he's the key player. He is our best player. We tried to offer him 4 years, didn't quite want that, so we're going to give him 3 years, and we are going to give him a nice big wage bonus, as well as some signing on and goal bonuses in this contract. He agrees the terms, he's going nowhere, he's staying here, the captain, and he is Crystal Palace, if that makes sense. I really don't think of any other Crystal Palace player, past or present. He is just who I think of. And yeah, I think he's definitely up there as being one of the best players for a team outside of the top 6. He's definitely one of the best, maybe alongside Declan Rice, James Maddison. He's definitely up there. But coming into this one, we went from playing title candidates Arsenal to relegation candidates in Bournemouth. And they had a very, very early chance. From our kickoff, they had a chance. And thankfully, they didn't score it, because going down that early on, another, I don't know, another painful moment for us. And obviously we went 1-0 down 5 minutes into the Arsenal game, and that ended badly. This one probably should have had a goal there through Loftus Cheek. Put his shot wide of the target. Bit embarrassing, really, that one, if I'm being honest. But we're going to move on to the second half here, as Wilf Zaha, charging past, plays it through to Andre Ayew, skips past Travers, I think it is, Travers, I think it's Travers, because I think he's Irish. Skips past him, gets caught in the process. Wilf Zaha, he's missed 2 out of his 3 penalties. He goes and scores that. He's scored 2 out of 4. The 50-50 ratio in this career mode. 1-0 to the good. Deserved. Celebrating that new contract in style. Wilf Zaha makes it 1-0. And that is exactly how the game ends. A very, very good victory for ourselves against Bournemouth. A team who, coming in this season, we could be fighting to stay up. We could be. But I have better ambitions than that. I want to finish at least mid-table. And hopefully we do that. But that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.